It's Saturday night. You've gathered a crew and the beer is chilled. The Champions League final has just kicked off and somewhat excited you say, I can do that. Could you? Obviously you can't just stroll onto the field, people know their players. But imagine if you got the superpower to take the shape of a famous player, but you still keep your own skills. How long would you last on the field before the booing fans start throwing bangers at you, before the referee flashes that second yellow card, before the coach and assistant start exchanging wordy glances, and before the commentators are left speechless? In the end of this video, you will get the ultimate match prediction and your magical contribution to the match. But first, let's start by setting the frame. When did the first substitution happen in the last 10 Champions League finals? Let's go through the years. 2015, the first substitution in 2015 Champions League final between Juventus and Barcelona came in the 78th minute when Barcelona replaced Andres Iniesta with Xavi, who was playing his last match for the club. 2016, the first sub in 2016 final between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid happened at halftime. Atletico swapped Augusto Fernandez for Yannick Carrasco, who actually went on to score later. 2017, here the first sub came in minute 66 when Juventus replaced Barzagli with Cuadrado. Later, in minute 84, Cuadrado was sent off after receiving his second yellow. Great contribution. In 2018's final, Mohamed Salah was subbed off already in minute 30 due to a shoulder injury. In 2019's final between Liverpool and Tottenham, Liverpool swapped Firmino for Origi in the 58th minute. Origi later secured the match with a goal. Bravo! In the 2020 final between PSG and Bayern Munich, Boateng was subbed off in the 25th minute due to an injury. 2021, the first sub in the 2021 final between Manchester City and Chelsea happened in minute 30 when Chelsea had to replace Thiago Silva with Andreas Christensen due to an injury. 2022, Liverpool played against Real Madrid and the first substitution came in minute 77 when Jordan Henderson was replaced by James Milner. In 2023's final between Manchester City and Inter, Kevin De Bruyne was subbed off after 36 minutes due to injury. And in last year's final between Real Madrid and Dortmund, the first sub came right after halftime at minute 46. Marcel Sabitzer was replaced by Felix Numenka. So, the average time for the first substitution in the last 10 finals is minute 49. Okay, in 4 of those matches, the substitution was due to injury, but that could happen to you too, so we have to include that in the calculation. A standing ovation if you survive until minute 49, but let's make that our first goal. But there are still a few factors to consider. We will place you in the defensive midfield position. You don't want to be the scapegoat among the defenders, getting dribbled past or outrun by Jose Martinez or Lee Kang-in. Your chances of being praised as Gandalf the Great are slim. You also don't want to be up top and draw too much attention too early by missing an open scoring chance. This is a high-risk position because midfielders are the heart of the team. You might not do the least damage here, but you'll draw less attention at first due to your obvious lack of skill. Remember, for you, this is about self-preservation, not team play. Very noble. Among midfielders, central ones usually run the most. No, this is not for you. Defensive and attacking midfielders run about the same overall, but the attacking ones do more high-intensity sprints. Let's spare you that, so you're simply a defensive midfielder. But an average defensive midfielder still runs 11 to 12 kilometers per match. You will also face challenges like fast acceleration, winning physical duels, balance, and body control. To give you a fair shot, you'll get 2 weeks to prepare for the match. What should you focus on? Stick around to the end of this video to get a complete 2-week program and your final survival odds. A big part depends on what physical abilities you already have. So let's take a quick look at 2 world-class defensive midfielders who are very different. Kanté is 168 centimeters tall or 5'6" with a low center of gravity. He's fast, mobile, and hard to take the ball from. Rodri is a different beast with 199 centimeters or 6'3" and strong. He's not as fast, but makes up for it with smart positioning. Their physical profiles are very different, and if you fall somewhere between them, it's probably wiser to aim for Rodri's playing style. Remember, You don't need to dazzle with skills or win the game with a fancy move. This is about survival and doing as little damage as possible. The gym is now your second home. Leg and core workouts, long sets with many reps, that's the menu. Depending on your body type, adapt your diet to match the training load. But as a rule, eat plenty of protein and drink lots of water. Better to be a bit too light than too heavy, considering all the running. The day before the match, you should carb load to fill up those glycogen stores. Also, wear your lucky underwear and make sure your will is up to date. Besides the gym, what skills do you need on the pitch? Rodri's height makes him dominant in aerial duels, while Kanté relies on balance and body control. Rodri is more like a wall, while Kanté prefers to steal the ball rather than go in heavy. It's hard to estimate the number of aerial duels in a Champions League final. It depends a lot on team tactics. Direct long ball teams means more aerial duels. Short passing teams, fewer. Estimates suggest 20 to 30 aerial duels per match. It's smart to practice set pieces situations like corners and free kicks. As a midfielder, you will be involved. Toughen up your forehead, get a friend to throw you high balls, and practice heading again and again and again. It's probably important to handle the ball with your feet as well. Passing is crucial. You don't want to keep the ball too long, better to pass the risk away. If you have a friend or two, practice one-touch and two-touch passes. Also try Rondo, it forces you to think fast and pass accurately under pressure. You can also train alone against the wall. Alternate short, sharp passes and longer, softer ones. You want to get to the point where you don't always have to look at the ball, you just feel it. Get fairly confident with one foot before trying both. Passing is critical for you, make it a priority. Now let's go into the more dangerous territory, getting a free kick. This can either extend your time on the field or get you sent off in minute 2. There are 3 common ways to draw a foul. Number 1, you get to the ball first and the opponent makes contact just after. Number 2, you change direction quickly and the opponent can't keep up. And number 3, you make yourself big and shield the ball so the opponent goes through you. All of these involve physical contact. It's important to know the difference between diving, which can get you penalized, and falling smartly, which gives you the free kick. The most effective way is to shield the ball and fall over it when you feel contact. Practice this with a friend. Choose a really close friend. This gets intimate. Timing and believable falling are key. Bonus, make eye contact with the referee. That sells the situation. Study Modric, Bernardo Silva and Neymar. They are masters at seeking this kind of contact. Next thing is tackling. You'll be taking them, but also dishing them out. Focus on standing tackles using your hips and shoulders to block your opponent. Tackling is 70% about reading the game. Where is the ball going? Sliding tackles? I'd say don't. Use only as a last resort. If you still get a Superman rush because you survived 10 minutes and lose all common sense, fine, go for it. But go in carefully and watch the ball. Odds are you'll get sent off minute 11. Don't forget to train in proper football shoes and shin guards. Football shoes are better than regular shoes in every way, but they're thinner, have studs, and feel weird if you're not used to them. You don't want to leave the field because of a blister. So to sum up, build your endurance, physical strength, passing skills, heading, tackling, and perhaps falling technique. Here comes your life the next 2 coming weeks, your training program. Week 1, mission here is to build a survivor base. 30 to 40 minutes of interval training daily to improve heart rate recovery. Study defensive positioning, strengthening legs and core with squats, planks, and burpees. Ball control, receive and pass quickly. Don't get fancy. Week 2. The mission here is to simulate match and limit the damage. Small-sided games 5-on-5. Get used to chaos and quick reactions. Prioritize rest and recovery, sleep and hydrate. Burnout is death. Next thing is mental training. Accept that you are the weakest link. Visualize playing smart, not well. Learn to fake an injury if things go south. Practice cramping phase. It's a good investment. A bonus hack, bribe the head referee. If you're a middle class player, wow, what a claim to say you'd survive in a Champions League final. Either you totally lost touch with reality, or you have a wild heart and bulletproof confidence that you probably carry into other parts of your life. In that case, why not sign up for a sled expedition to the North Pole or swim across the Atlantic? In this match, you'd either gas out quickly trying to cover up your flaws, or get knocked over hard, maybe even injured. You are a glaring weak spot, and opponents will target you ruthlessly. Now, this is what we've been waiting for, your match performance. The kickoff. You jog onto the field, heart pounding, the stadium roars. You're feeling confident. Really? How hard can this be? 45 seconds in, the first touch. You receive a simple pass. 2 world-class midfielders press you instantly. Panic. You try to dribble, lose the ball, opponent counters, crowd gasps. 2 minutes in, first tackle attempt. You try to intercept a pass, misjudge, too late, get nutmegged, crowd oohs. Commentator chuckles, well, that was ambitious. 3 minutes and 30 seconds in, a tactical nightmare. You forget to track a runner. Goal! Yes, 1-0, and manager is already warming up a sub. 4 minutes and 20 seconds in, cramp. Yes, already. You hunched over, hands on knees, mouth is open like a fish. 5-10, the collision course. You try to shield the ball. Opponent shoulder charges you like a freight train. You go flying. Land awkwardly, ref calls for the medicard. 6:30, you limp off. The crowd gives you a standing ovation, partly out of pity. One fan throws you a burger. Post-match interview, I gave it my all. I think I did okay. Until the 4th minute, that was just some factors mentioned of what is required of you in a Champions League final. So, what do you think? Could you survive until halftime? Leave a comment and explain why you should get to borrow my Mystique outfit, this one, and get a chance to start in the final at Allianz Arena in Munich, Germany on May 31st. And don't forget your crucial training program, cause your skills are still loading.